Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hot Takes and Beer Breaks, the podcast where we have some hot takes, but more beer breaks. I'm joined, as always, by my two best friends, Justin and Jason.
Hello.
Do you guys feel
Hi.
accomplished being called that? All right,
No,
guys.
not at
Well, you guys can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, all under Hot Takes and Beer Breaks. We post our video content on YouTube now that we're obeying by quarantine rules.
Says you.
So, yes.
Got him.
I am saying that. You got me. Well, normally what we do is we talk about this week's news headlines. We talk about stuff going on, sports, maybe some Hollywood gossips and stuff going on. But this week, hot takes on that.
Yes.
But this week we decided we were going to talk about Tiger King because it came out last week it came out? Well,
What's
it
Tiger
dominated
I
the...
don't know when it came out.
We'll talk about it, Justin. Don't worry, you'll find out in this podcast. Don't jump ahead, all right? The viewers got to jump in on this, too. So Tiger King came out. It's a Netflix documentary series that follows not only Joe Exotic docuseries.
Yeah,
I mean, he's the main character is Joe Exotic, who owns a tiger zoo in, I forget the state.
Well,
already.
no, it's exotic
Oklahoma.
animals. It's in Oklahoma.
Yeah, and it kind of
animals.
details everything going on around that world. It talks about a bunch of other people, and we're going to get into it. So,
It's just wild.
do you guys have anything to say before we get into Tiger King?
Yeah, it's a fucking cult. All of it.
No.
Every single
It's
one
a
of them.
beautiful business where they take care of animals.
I'm really glad we're going to cover the
Yeah,
spectrum of
it also
opinions
segues
here.
into a fucking cult.
Yeah. So they
Episode
wanna
12 is
have
like, this is a
tiger
cult and I
orgies.
want to be a part
What
of it.
about it?
That might be
I'm all about
one of the
it. I wanna
questions
be a
I
part
wrote
of it.
down.
Tiger orgy?
All right, guys, so-
Ooh, interesting.
So spoilers for Tiger King ahead. We're gonna just dive right into Tiger King spoilers. If you haven't watched the show yet, we suggest that you go watch it and then come back. If you don't really care, you just kind of want to know what's going on, you want to keep up with your friends, and you don't really have Netflix or whatever, we'll do our best to try and talk on every single subject.
Just borrow Netflix. It's fine. It happens.
That too.
Whoa, you gotta support local businesses.
Yeah, they're not local. They're not a
I'm
local
talking
business.
about going to your local tiger farm.
Ah, yes. Get some cub petting in. All
Mm.
about it.
I don't think you caught the message of the show there,
Yeah,
Justin.
it's,
You talk.
we need more
Yeah, the
tiger
message
farms.
is I can pay $2,000 and get a baby tiger.
Okay.
How fucking dope is that?
Jason, why don't you give your first quick little synopsis? What do you think? What did you take away from the show? Was there anything
That
you
it's
kind of took
fucking
away?
wild, and it's a cult. They
Is that
have
all you got?
3 separate cults.
Okay, that's what you're
There's
saying, Justin. What do you got?
Yeah.
Okay,
fucking
so
What do you got?
my thing is, you take the Manson family,
Okay.
you combine them with Walmart, and then combine that with Petco,
Ooh.
and that's what you're watching.
Interesting.
Okay. So to give a brief synopsis, because you guys
Very
are just
interesting.
very vague, we follow Joe Exotic, who owns a tiger zoo. He pays money. He pays for people to come in, play with tigers.
He
He
pays.
believes, he pays the people to come here.
That makes sense.
No,
It's good business
he
practice.
he charges money. People come in. Now he believes he's taking care of these animals, and that there shouldn't be any laws in the United States. Which I don't. Has that changed as of recently? There's still no law against owning them, right? I forgot. We watched the documentary.
There is.
There's
no
no law
law
against
when
the
you got
last
kitties and
episode.
claws. Rawr.
There's no law against selling them. There's a law against selling them, right? But
I think
no
there's
law
also
against
a law
owning
against.
them.
No, I think there is.
And probably
Okay.
breeding. There's probably a lot of laws against it.
There's a lot of laws now, but he was on the other side. He believed that he was helping these animals. There's also, was he doctor? He was a doctor of made up something. I think he gave himself a doctor title but
Ooh.
I
his
don't
name
think
was
so.
Joe?
Joe Exotic?
no Bagavon
Oh,
Antle. He was
Doc?
he was the cult.
Yeah,
He was the
Doc
cult
Antle.
guy that had all the 3 women that were.
It was
He
5.
had more than 3 women, John.
It was his
He had
harem.
Well,
like
he-
5 or 6.
So Joe Exotic would basically take in ex-cons and pay him $150 a week. So that was
Were
kind of
there
his-
ex-cons?
They were mostly ex-cons.
Where are you
and,
gonna hear from
people?
Oh
John?
my god.
They said it.
John.
I don't think they
He
did.
took
John, I
people.
don't think we watched the same docuseries.
No, they were. A lot of them were from a few of them were from had prior like jail sentences and couldn't really get like other jobs. Like they were stuck. Like that was kind of their only way out, was to either continue a life of crime. Some of them, not all of them. And then the other ones were just either poor, just they couldn't find another job. That was kind of Joe Exotic's thing on how he got his employees.
I'm pretty sure
He
that was
paid 'em
all
off.
their things. They took people who were down on their luck or easily manipulated and got cheap labor out of them.
Yeah, that's probably what they did.
That's what
All
they
of
did.
them
They were
will-
all ex-cons.
Well, Bagavan Antle, he kind of focused in on young women and kind of tried to seduce them,
Yeah.
which was weird.
So Doc is not part of, or Doc Antle. That's what
No,
we're
he's
gonna
a
call
separate.
him.
He's a separate
Yeah,
zoo.
he
That's
owns
what
his
I'm
own
trying to get
place
into.
in Myrtle Beach.
Yes.
Yeah, Myrtle
So he
Beach,
has,
right, Myrtle
and
Beach.
he supplies a lot of tigers and wild
He has a
animals
cult.
to Hollywood sets.
He has a
Yeah,
sex
he has
cult.
the cult that you're talking about.
Mhm.
No.
And then there's
No, they all
Arl.
do.
cult. They're all their own
Yeah.
cult in different ways.
And then there's Carol Baskin, who is
Murdered
a
her
millionaire.
husband.
Spoilers.
Yes.
No, it's obvious. You see it in her eyes.
Okay, I was gonna ask. That's my first question. Is,
She did
did
it
Carol
without a
Baskin?
doubt. I have no
Okay,
hesitation.
Oh yeah.
so for those who didn't watch, she's accused when she was 20, right? Or she just
when
older
she was
than
a
20?
lot younger. It was a 20-year-old case, so whatever she is now, take away 20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so her husband, who was a millionaire and owned the zoo before her, was planning on divorcing her and leaving her with nothing. All of a sudden, a few days before that's about to kind of go down, he goes missing. A lot of people suspect Carol Baskin of killing her husband because of shenanigans. She's now a millionaire because of it. Some people. What do you guys? Okay, let's get into that. So, who do you think Carol Baskin murdered her late husband Don
100%.
Lewis?
Yes, without a doubt.
100%.
How do you think it happened?
Okay, well, first of all, there's
What's your theory?
clues. There was that one scene where Joe Exotic's getting his shoe eaten by a tiger, and Carol's like, "Wow, why would it want cologne? You'd want to put like some sardine oil or something on it that makes
Yeah,
it
that
look
was really
good."
telling.
That'll get them
Hmm.
to eat it. Otherwise, they'll just slobber over.
Yeah,
There's-
Jason, do you have
there's
this?
point
Do you have
number
the same feeling? He was eaten by tigers,
Oh
or
hell yeah!
you think it
Without
was eaten by
question.
tigers?
Yes.
It didn't.
You got that many tigers on your property? Why wouldn't you feed them a dead body to tigers? Like,
So this is all allegedly. This is all speculation.
No,
Nothing's
it
been
is
proven. I
fact.
should say.
This is the pod
Okay.
stance.
This is the pod
She
stats
murdered his
stance.
husband.
It
How
is
we
kind of
feel about
telling
it.
that she has like the same exact story from like years ago. Like she tells it the exact same way, and it almost seems like it's rehearsed. Like if I was to tell a story, like you'd kind of tell it the same way. She's like, "Oh, I didn't see him for so and so," and like her details seem to kind of line up from what she told investigators years ago. So I thought that was very telling.
But did you not hear the one other statement she said when the accusations of Joe Exotic later on in the series? She goes, "Yeah, I'm just worried I'm going to be walking to my house. Someone's going to hit me with ketamine, knock me out, and then feed me the tigers." It's a very
Oh, yeah.
specific thing she said.
Oh, that is a really. It's almost
Yeah.
like she's done that before or
Mhm.
something, or she's scared of that happening to her because
Yeah,
of
it's like
karma.
karma, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you guys. I think there's without finding a body and like there's no other real evidence. And Joe Exotic kind of pointed out. Now I don't know if this is true, but he said that tigers have a very acidic belly, so if they digest a body, all the
there
bones and
won't- there
everything
will be
kinda
no
go.
remains.
Yeah, that's why you eat Frosted Flakes with milk, because it cancels out the acidity in there, because it's a basic drink.
what?
Look, they're great.
Okay. Well, Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin obviously hated each other. Joe Exotic believed Carol Baskin murdered her husband and fed him to the tiger. What did you think of Carol Baskin's new husband? What was his name?
Howard.
The-
Oh, Cucky.
Yeah, Howard
Howard.
Baskin.
Dude's
Yeah,
a
what do you
total
guys think
cuck.
of him? Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't like
yeah,
him
That
either.
picture with him. Wait, Binder, do you know what a cuck is?
Yes.
Do I need to explain it to the audience?
No,
Yeah,
please
I
don't.
would.
Okay, we're gonna.
I would explain to the
There's
audience.
a picture that we're going to link below of what exactly a cuck is.
Yes.
This
I'll,
guy
give you
is-
some, I'll put some good links in there.
Picture Mitch McConnell, but he's married to a murderer. Oh wait,
The scene at the end when he's serenading her, but it's real weird. Like it's not very romantic. It's just like, oh wow, man, you are.
No,
like when
the
he's singing to her.
is the
Yeah, it was
wedding
weird.
photos.
it's literally white.
The wedding
privilege
photos are
in an
weird.
old saggy man.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so
Wedding
weird.
The wedding photos creep me out.
It didn't look like he had.
Yeah, I was
That
like,
was weird.
what is going on?
His whole demeanor just was like, I don't have my own opinions. I just do what my wife says. Like
Yeah.
everything he said, like it wasn't like, oh, I disagreed with my wife and I tried to get her to see it this way. Like, no, that never happened. She agreed. It was weird.
Yeah, dude's a cuck.
She did whatever I wanted her. She did whatever she wanted to me.
Well, because if he disobeys her, she's gonna murder him with tigers.
Yeah.
Well, Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin got into a lawsuit. She tried to steal his parents' house or something, right? She wanted $1 million from a guy that didn't have $1 million.
Yeah, so what it was that
'Cause she's an asshole.
big like copyright lawsuit and everything because she ran big cats foundation or big something foundation down in Florida and was just like always at Joe like, oh, like you're doing wrong, like stop this, stop getting money from this, like all my shit, like it's free for people to come in, like
Yeah.
people volunteer for free, like blah 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 blah. Whole nother cult situation on her end. Let me tell you.
Yeah, can we talk about that for a second? Like, she doesn't pay
Yeah.
employees.
No, but
She has free volunteers.
great. Yeah, I'm fine with the whole it's all volunteer shit. But like when there's levels, that's a little sketchy.
It was really weird. I didn't
They had
like
to
it.
work for like years to level up.
Yeah, it was like
They
oh,
didn't
yeah,
get holidays.
No, I mean you're volunteering. You could have taken the day off anyways, but I don't think they
Yeah,
were.
but you don't go up the level. They were like, but you don't go up. It's like incentives
well,
without.
Yeah, after a year you go from yellow shirt to a red shirt. I don't remember the exact colors, but like it was nuts. Like people were
Eventually,
all
you get to
about
a
That was
blue
weird.
shirt.
navy blue, I believe.
Yes.
And then you get to be Carol Baskin, who just wears tiger print everywhere. She should be arrested for that alone. Okay?
Yeah.
Why not the murder of her husband? Which
No,
happened.
no. Because we can't prove that, but we can
We
prove
can.
that Carol Baskin is committing, fashion
she's
crimes.
based.
Did you see the picture
Okay.
where Britney Spears was at the 2002 VMAs with Carol Baskin?
No.
Yeah, she's also
There's a
that other
direct
guy,
article about that. I highly recommend it. Check the link below.
the guy Bagavan Antle is the guy who supplied the snake
Doc.
when she's
Doc
holding the
Antle.
snake.
Yep.
Can you just call him Doc Anthony?
And he should go
No,
to crime.
Vagabond.
He should go to prison for all the sex cult stuff. And Joe Exotic should go to prison for the haircut alone.
No.
'Cause he-
Dude,
That is a beautiful
he
haircut.
has
That mullet
a
was terrible.
businessman up front and a partier in the back.
Yeah, I really hoped he won one of those elections.
Well, now we enter
That would
because
be
after
fantastic.
the lawsuit,
We
Joe
are all
Exotic
over the
lost.
place on this, by the way. Oh, let's go.
Yeah,
Hold on. Let's go back.
Let's
to
just
lawsuit.
gonna go all over the place.
Yeah, let's go back to lawsuit.
Yeah.
So Carol had this, farm, whatever that she was doing right by the animals
Mhm.
and all that
Mhm.
nonsense, and she was just always up Joe Exotic's ass, like, oh, stop this, stop having people pay you to pet their tigers and pet this and yada yada yada, just stop it. So like they went back and forth bickering, and Joe made like Big Cat Entertainment and like kind of used the same logo that she used for her Big Cat Rescue, and like then a whole copyright infringement got involved, and then like there was a picture of people that worked for Carol that had just like killed bunnies to feed to the tigers and they were smiling about it. Well, so Joe put that up everywhere. She's like, oh, they're bunny killers. Like, how could you be this happy? Blah 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 blah. And then so Carol got that and copyrighted it, and that's kind of where all the whole lawsuit came from.
Yeah.
And then like it just like dragged on and on and on, and Joe owed her like millions of dollars that like he just didn't have.
So now we enter Jeff Lowe, who we don't really. He's just claimed to be a businessman. I don't know where he gets
He
his
was
money
a
from.
con artist, but he just flaunted money a lot, so Joe took it as like he had a lot of money. Which brings me to
Yeah.
another point. How much meth would you guys do in order to marry Joe Exotic?
Oh yeah, we should have gotten into that. Joe Exotic is gay, but he's married to two men, John Finley and Travis. I didn't look up his last name. I forgot his last name.
Maldonado.
Thank you.
Maldonado. Yeah, because that's the last name he uses a lot. Joe
Well,
Exotic.
technically, he does get married again.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, it's a
But he
Dylan
still
We're in
passage.
spoiler territory, so we could just go.
Yeah, we
everywhere.
don't care.
We're just talking about whatever. It doesn't matter.
But if you notice, every time they said it, it was still Joe Maldonado passage. He still used Maldonado.
Well, yeah, legally he had to.
No, he could have just used passage. He could have just used one.
Mm.
But that was just.
Because Maldonado's not even Joe's real last name. It's
But they were
something
all
with an S. I don't know
straight.
how
They
to
were
say it.
just. They were all
I don't know
straight. They
about
were
the
just.
last one. The last one might not have been.
the last one
he-
might have. Yeah.
He met through like a dating app, so he probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
so
last
he
one I
probably
think
was.
is. Do you guys think he's like actually in love with Joe Exotic? Like he seems to be sticking with him through thick and thin.
I mean,
Because the other two, John Finley divorced him and left him for an actual woman, claiming he was never
mean an
gay.
actual
He
woman?
just well
Like he's a
he
man.
left for the assistant. The assistant.
yeah, a woman.
Yeah, a woman. It's not like
Sorry, yeah, you're right. I
Just
just said
saying.
an actual.
Yeah, you said that very goofily.
I did
but-
say that very weird. You're right. Thank you. But left Joe for the assistant, who I guess he had a baby with.
yeah, he got her pregnant. That's why
Yeah.
they left.
And he said he only wanted to stay because of the gifts and all that stuff. And then
Yeah, because he
also
got a
claims-
lot of meth.
him and Travis were on meth, and he just kept them doped up, so that way they were in a foggy state and couldn't make their own decisions. and
Well, yeah,
stuff.
that's what they said he did to Travis. He was this Cali boy, 19. He just kept giving him the weed that he wanted, so he was just like, okay, sounds good. I'll smoke a couple more joints.
And apparently Travis was like hooking up with every single girl in town too.
Yeah,
So
that's what one of them said.
Oh,
yeah, so
so the show does bring up a good point. When you guys watch porn, do you like watching the videos with the big peen or
I'm
the
not-
little peen?
shut up, Justin.
It's an honest question. Which one do you want?
Shut up, Joe. Shut up.
Like,
All right,
like
so
do you want to
but
watch
Jeff
the
Lo-
minor leagues or do you want to watch the big leagues? That's what I'm saying.
Shut up, Justin.
And would you like a little bit of meth? I want answers, damn it. I'm not letting
What do you
this
guys think? No, you have to let this go. What do you guys think of Jeff Lowe though? Like, do you think he was a bad guy? Do you
I don't
think
know,
oh,
he seems
he,
like a very upright businessman. Sneaking
Like a-
tigers to the hotel rooms.
and calling women basically property?
Yeah, he's very
He was-
very upstanding businessman.
Yeah.
He seems
Such
like
a
a
clearly
piece
knows
of
what he's
shit.
doing. Do you see the one
He
part at the
dressed-
end where he's like picking a nanny?
Yeah.
Apparently that nannies. She said, "I'm not an actual nanny. They just hired me because the show became popular, and I go there like once a week and pose with them."
Nice, good for her.
Did you hear the comment he said to his wife when she got pregnant? She's like, "Oh yeah, I gotta get the baby out," and then he's like, "And then back to the gym."
Yeah, he's not a good
He,
person.
he
He's
just really cares about her health.
Why did he wears rhinestone T-shirts with leather jackets and a bandana everywhere? He has this
Bandana
he's a
with
badass.
Oakley's hat and Oakley's on top of it.
Yeah, the Oakley hat's kind of dope. I will say, I kind of like it.
Oh, he is a bad guy.
Oh, but can we also talk about something that
Yeah.
I think is very good? I came to enjoy it. Joe Exotic's music.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's saying on the internet.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
they're saying it was pretty
Broad
good.
singer. That's the problem.
Yeah.
He's in. I guess so. Yeah, I mean it's not bad. It was not the worst thing in the show.
No, there was a lot worse, but
There was a lot
it
worse. There was a lot
very
worse.
good
Alright,
high point.
So I
That
do
was
got a
okay.
question
All
for
right.
you guys though.
Yes.
Shoot.
Who's your hero of the show? Because there's not a lot to choose from, and everyone's
The
kinda
Tigers.
shitty. Well,
The
person.
Tigers.
You need a person.
Like who's
The
your
lady with the one arm, because she's a true one.
She's a true worker.
She's a true worker. She lost her arm in a tiger fight, and she seems like a very good worker and a nice lady. And then are you looking her up right now, Jason?
No, I'm looking up the guys.
I don't know. She seemed like the only genuine person on that whole show that was just like, I'm just here to do my job and be a good person and take care of the Tigers.
Nah, my fan. I like the double amputee guy.
Yeah, that's what I was looking
Yeah.
up.
Oh yeah, that guy too.
He had this nice taste in cars. But the woman who lost her arm, we need to bring
Yeah.
up the important fact of that scene. So when Joe Exotic heard that someone was mauled by the tiger and that they lost their arm, he did
Yeah.
not fret. he immediately put on this fresh bomber jacket that said EMT on the back and dripped his ass all the way to the cage to help her out.
Do you think a part of him was a little excited, like, fuck yeah, I finally get to wear it?
Oh no,
Yeah.
Because he did have that immediately.
He's worn that before. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah,
He
without
knew to
question.
do it right away. That was somebody that's dealt with that before.
Well, I mean, you just gotta cut off circulation so you don't bleed out.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's
Yeah.
EMT 101. If I had that kind of drip,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Do we want to talk? All right, so can we talk about the part? So Joe Exotic goes to prison for plotting to
Whoa,
kill Carol
spoilers.
Baskin. This is all spoilers. He's plotting to kill Carol Baskin, allegedly. Do you think he actually plotted the murder of Carol Baskin, or do you think something else nefarious happened? Like, I want to hear.
I think
This
he
is
was-
really interesting.
I think he was set up for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So do I.
He's too dumb, and the people around him didn't want him around anymore. So I think he was
Yeah.
set up.
Yeah,
They needed an excuse to get him out of the picture.
I didn't understand why he would. So he went to James Lowe, and he went to his best friend, who was Alan Glover, who was the handyman on the zoo. Now that Jeff Lowe kind of stole the zoo away from Joe Exotic, but Joe Exotic was still in the zoo, obviously. And like, he went to him and paid him $3,000 to go
was supposed to be
murder.
five.
Allegedly,
Yeah, it's supposed to be
$3,000.
And now he claims that Jeff Lowe gave him $3,000 and told him to go do this. I think you're right. I think he kind of
Yeah, I
got
think he got
influenced.
Like the only
Yeah, this
reason they got him
seems-
for everything else was all the other tiger and animal rights related crimes. That
Yeah,
Yeah.
because plot twist, Joe Exotic is a bad guy, doesn't care about the tigers. Kind of shooting them in the face.
Well, you can kind of
mean-
argue against that because if you have a tiger that's sick or like it has a disease, you don't want it spreading to the other tigers.
Yeah.
It's like at any zoo. Like you do eventually
Yeah.
have to put down some animals.
But the
Yeah.
guy that was running the TV show, he said, "Oh, I had to make it look like Joe Exotic cared about animals," which I don't think was true anymore. So
Well,
he has more
yeah.
first-hand experience.
I think he definitely cared about them, like when he started doing it.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, that's a good point.
100%. And then, like, slowly, as
the
his
money started trickling in.
grew and the money came in,
So
he
you're talking about
kinda
trickling down money.
disregarded.
No, we're not
using
setting
them
this
a
up
little
again.
bit more.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think he kind of got set up for this. This is
Is he a good guy? No.
no.
Does he
He
deserve
probably
to go to
deserves to be
jail?
in prison.
Probably. Do
Yeah.
the others do too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the guy? It was James Garriston, who was that weird chubby
fat dude,
guy.
The big
that,
guy? Yeah, the big fat guy.
Yeah.
We can talk about his like jet ski scene later on.
that was terrible.
Okay,
That
what
shit
was
was
worse,
too
the
funny.
jet ski scene or the alleged assassin's bathtub interview?
Yeah, I was very confused at that.
Wait, I'm sorry. What happened? What?
You know the
You don't remember
Garrison.
the scene?
Yeah.
That
Not
one?
Garrison. Glove.
He was in the
Glover,
bathroom?
Yeah,
Glover.
Glover.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like he was in the bath and then the interview started. He was preparing his bath, and then and then he gets in as they're interviewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
is
did
kind
you-
of weird.
Yeah, did you also see he still had shorts on though? He wasn't completely naked. Or it looked like he had shorts on because
Were they just like, this is good film? Should you guys be jumping in the bath right now for this
They just get in the
podcast?
tub with him. It's like, hey.
I don't know.
Hey,
It was very strange.
this whole show was strange.
It was wild. I will say that the throne that they made him, Joe Exotic, was kind of dope.
Yeah.
It was kind of dope.
I'd be all about it.
I did before this show. So I heard about this from Jake, our friend, and Jake goes, Joe Exotic, he owns like a tiger farm. That's what it's about. And I'm like, is this the guy that ran for president in
Yep.
2016?
Yeah,
Because I heard about him from John Oliver, and then they talk about it, and I'm like, oh, this is, oh.
I wonder.
So
if,
I'm
like,
glad they touched on it.
I wonder if that's related. Like the people at John Oliver like kind of gave Netflix an idea. It's like you should go look at this guy.
I mean, they could have, yeah.
I don't think they thought about it after, because he ran for governor after that, and no one, like, I didn't remember talking about that. Why?
Because that would have been dope. him
Would he have
being the
done any
governor of
worse?
Oklahoma. Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe you should
Who
talk to
the
those
fuck
people.
is? He passed out condoms with his face on them. He deserved to win.
he stole money. Like,
from his own business.
no, but it was Jeff Lowe's business.
Yeah, but he
Oh, yeah,
stole the
'cause
money probably too. Who knows where he got it?
Yeah,
he's a
who-
shady businessman.
All I'm
I
saying
mean,
is
Jeff
he
Lowe's
stole
is a bad guy anyway. I don't feel bad for him losing money.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any anyway.
The
And then,
we do have to talk about how it was only brought up way late in the show that Joe Exotic had a Prince Albert.
Yes.
Do you remember that
wait,
scene,
he had
John?
a
Prince
Yeah,
Albert.
No,
Prince
but-
Albert.
Do you know what that is?
no.
Oh. Let me explain. Or Binder, would you like to explain?
No, please, you do such a better
So
job.
Prince
I
Albert.
feel like we'll just do this after the pod.
So
Nope.
John, you know what a penis is, right?
Yes.
Okay. So imagine, like, you get a piercing through. Is it through the head? Or through the
Oh
chest?
yeah.
I,
Ugh.
I
Either
think
way,
the
I can't remember, but it's
I
through some
can't
part
remember.
of the male genitalia.
yes.
John, look at me when I say this to you.
I don't really want to right now.
Okay, but does the scene make sense now? When he was like, "Yeah, I got a Prince Albert." And
Yeah,
like,
I got
They
it.
don't make rings big enough. That's why I use a padlock. Beautiful.
Oh.
He deserved to go to prison for so many things.
Yeah, pleasing other
Just so many things.
Exactly.
men. You're just jealous, John.
No, I'm really not.
I mean,
What was I gonna ask you guys? I was gonna ask you something. So there's no characters we like.
no,
They
no,
all
I
kinda
like the double
suck.
amputee guy, and
Yeah,
the other,
Yeah, but
the other long hair.
so
guy.
of the main
Oh,
characters,
yeah.
right? Of like Carol Baskin, Jeff Lowe, Joe Exotic, the Baja Vaha Antol guy, who
Baja
hasn't
Antol.
gotten enough criticism here, because he's
He's a
basically
fucking sex cult and just everything. He's got a
Yeah,
whole-
Well, he kept his nose as much as he could out of this documentary. Although he did get rated
Yeah.
by the end of it.
yeah,
but-
he did.
Yeah, if you watch the subtitle things or the post credit.
he did raise a good point. He's like, who the hell? First of all, can we talk about how he knew how much a hitman would cost? He's like, there's no way a hitman would cost $3,000. It costs way more than that, probably 10,000. He's or like for upfront costs. He's like, why would you go down all the way to Florida just to kill somebody for 3,000? You'd spend all that on anyway. And I was like, oh shit, you
Well,
really
that's
know what
just
you're talking
easy
about.
macroeconomics, John.
Yeah, I feel like you can figure that out. You know, if I'm killed, it's gonna cost me a lot more than $3,000, especially if they're traveling states.
Probably right. I don't know.
I mean, you could just base it off of old like crime movies.
Well, it was
Oh, no,
technically
look what
10.
they did
It was
on,
technically 10,000 in total, but it was supposed to be 5 up front, 5 back. But why would you, if you didn't get the 5 up front, why would you go? You know what I mean? Like, why? Oh, here's only 3. Oh, okay, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, he was definitely set up, but he raised a good point on that, I guess. Does this change your feelings on zoos and animal preservations? Because Carol Baskin had a nonprofit, and even her, I'm like, oh, she does not deserve to have that.
Hers was weird.
Hers was weird. They were all weird. They were all bad.
Well, the problem there's a two-pronged problem here, because if you think about it like this, it's like, yeah, they should be in their natural habitat.
Mm-hmm.
Their natural habitat
But
is
they're-
going away. So
Yeah,
they
They're
deserve
also
to
getting
live.
killed and poached in their natural habitat
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It's almost like, what if we just gave them like a reservation to roam,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
or do what
I
PETA
know-
wants to do and just euthanize them all?
Oh yeah.
that- yeah. I don't. Is PETA the good guy in this? Was PETA the good guy?
Yes, but that's the problem.
Yeah,
I
that's
thi-
not
I
a
think
good
at one point
thing.
They started to be. And that's why I was like, ooh, that's weird. I was like, that should
Because when
never
they
be a
showed up,
thing.
I'm like, oof, this is rough. I'm on the other side, and I'm like, wait, am I back on theirs? I didn't know. I wasn't. I don't know which side I was on. It was terrible. It was rough.
Yeah.
It was a rough show where I feel like there's no good ending.
Mm,
But I
true.
agree with you. I agree with you guys. I think we're obviously not educated enough on animal
I am.
rights, but it doesn't seem like the people that are leading the charge are either. Like they seem like they have their own blind spots and not doing the right things. It seemed like they're all in it for money, every single one of them.
Well, yeah.
Even
Definitely.
and Carol Baskin tries to hide under the idea that I'm a nonprofit, I'm trying to take care of these animals, but it didn't seem that way. It seemed like she was the exact same as everyone else. She just
Yeah, and like even
masked it
Yeah.
differently.
all her earlier videos, she's talking about breeding and stuff like that. Like, yeah, you can have
It
change
was-
of heart and that over the years, but don't be a hypocrite.
Yeah, it was rough. You feel really bad for the animals because you feel like they are getting taken advantage of, and
Well,
nothing's really
you either
doing good.
die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
They all
Hey.
became the villain.
Or
Villain.
you murder
Villain.
people and become a villain.
Like Carol
Yeah.
was from the beginning.
Exactly. Who would have known?
She's a bad person.
Yeah, definitely.
She definitely murdered her husband. That's for sure.
It's a
Oh.
whole show about nobody really winning like the popular vote, but everyone's just upset with what's going on.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very.
And all I feel
It's a fair
bad
way to
for is
put it.
all like the regular employees who are just either trying to turn their lives around or just have a place to work.
Yeah, because it seemed like there were so many good employees that were just like, oh, I just want to take care of
Yeah,
animals and I care
definitely.
about the animals.
Like
so
and the fact that most of them were working 12-hour days every day. Like
And they
Yeah,
they were
and
happy to do it too. They wanted
they
to
loved
do
it. And you could talk like Joe Exotic's meat truck. Like they brought in old meat from Walmart,
yeah.
and they were like,
Yeah,
the
that's
Except
weird.
those didn't have any Prince
workers were
Alberts
just.
in it.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Nope, I'm keeping it under lock and key, just like his Albert.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about with this? Any other final thoughts? Did you guys got anything else? Because that's basically all I wrote down.
Yeah,
I don't know. Did we talk about Doc Antler's cult?
yeah, he has a 4 or 5 woman harem.
17,000
randomly,
wives.
I followed like months ago or maybe like a year ago. I was following Doc Antle's kid on Instagram because he just had
Really?
it was him like playing around with tigers and exotic animals. I was like, oh, this guy probably works at a zoo.
Oh,
Well,
that's
now I
good.
bet you feel like a bad person now.
No, I unfollowed him because one, either he's just like
Dislike.
brainwashed into the cult, or two, he's going along with it.
Yeah. So
It-
either way, it's not a
So
good
he's the son of one of the other.
Yeah, which
How
one?
does it-
I don't know.
I think it was the
One of the
Italian one.
wives.
Because he broke them down to like, oh, here's the white one, here's the Italian one, here's the one with red hair. I was like, whoa, okay.
Well, yeah.
Hey, I mean,
John,
when you got so many of
when
them,
you're
who
keeping
needs
track of your
names?
property, you gotta make sure you label it. I hate this. So bad.
Yeah, it's
Ugh.
terrible.
There's so many
Congrats to
bad
that
people.
one
in
woman
this.
who got away.
Yeah, congrats to her. That was nice. That was good to see. That was a bad parenting job on that dad who just dropped her off. It was like, don't sleep with your boss. I'm like,
don't fall in love with your boss.
maybe you just say, hey, maybe you go to college first, then we'll pay for your college, and then get out of here,
Nah.
or something. Yeah, trick him, get him out of there. Don't do it. Don't drive her there.
Oh, and to the point
Nah, it's
with
fine.
like how badly they were treated there, when she was the one who got away, they were like, "Hey, we set up your appointment for breast enlargement," and
Oh,
her only
yeah.
thought was, "Sweet, I can take a day off to rest after this."
Yeah,
that's
that's
pretty
not
bad.
very good.
I don't know. This whole thing was crazy.
That being said,
But-
I'm starting my new job.
You're
I'm
gonna be
starting
a-
at Tiger Zoo.
Ooh, interesting.
Yes.
It's just
I
gonna
would
be
love to be
dogs
part
with
of it.
tiger costumes on in a little pen.
No.
No,
like-
it's just all cats. It's just all cats.
It's just all cats.
John, were you excited with the amount of weenies in this show?
There was a few, right? There was
Yeah,
a few
there's
little
like
miniature dachshunds.
5 dachshunds. They're adorable. They're playing with
Yeah,
Because
tigers.
they're the best. Yeah, because they're the best. They're fearless. All right.
Yeah,
the
I'm
best
pretty sure
dog.
one of their names were Prince Albert.
I think so.
Shut up. Is there anything else you guys are gonna be watching? Any other documentaries or TV shows now that you're in
So-
quarantine?
I do plan on watching this movie.
Okay.
I haven't yet. I was scrolling through. It's on Amazon Prime. It caught my eye. And I will read you the word for word description. You want the title first, or you want the description first?
Description first, then title.
Okay.
Description.
So description first. By the way, it got almost 4.5 stars.
Okay. Okay.
So not bad, not bad. All right. After losing his parents, a priest travels to China, where he inherits a mysterious ability. Hold on, my computer's dying. A mysterious ability that allows him to turn into a dinosaur. At first horrified by this new power, a prostitute convinces him to use it to fight crime and ninjas.
What is the name?
The Velocipaster.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my god, that's bad.
It's fantastic.
That's so bad.
Amazon Prime?
I think it's on Netflix, right?
Wait,
Did he just freeze?
I hope not. He's recording.
I heard something where, like, I think I heard that was on Netflix or something. But Justin, you gonna be watching anything?
Well, now we have to watch that.
Yeah, I guess
I
so.
don't really have anything planned. I know eventually I want to start Peaky Blinders.
Is that good?
I've heard it's good. So,
But
I mean,
I don't know.
you really start like talking with either like an Irish or a British, I don't know where they're from, accent.
Okay.
So,
I gotta start looking up for my next thing. I started watching Strangers today, which is some weird British show where like some random woman walks up to somebody and just drops like a bomb on them. It was like,
a literal
hey,
bomb.
no, like a hey, there he is. Um, like a information bomb. Like, hey, your kids aren't your kids, kind of thing. Like, get your kids' DNA
Is she like
tested.
psychic or something?
I think she's a hacker. I'm on episode like 3, I think, but I don't know if I'm gonna continue. I don't know if it's good.
Mhm.
So I think she like hacks into people's data and like finds out from that stuff and starts ruining people's lives that
Well,
way.
that's unfortunate for the kids.
But I'm not sure. Hey, Jason, you're back. Are you there? Oh, he's not talking. He can't hear
Oh.
us. We're gonna have
We're
to
gonna lose the
record this whole.
recording.
Probably. I mean, at least we still have yours, Justin, right?
Yeah, sure.
Were you not recording it?
I don't want to answer that. I'm
All
afraid
right.
to check.
Well, let's finish it up so that way we can go edit and put this podcast out.
Mhm.
Guys, check out Tiger King. It was very good. It's very enjoyable. It's crazy. It's fun. If you haven't already, if you have seen it, email in, at hottakesandbeerbreaks@gmail.com. What do you guys think of it? Any theories you guys have on any of the subjects we talked? Anything we missed?
Send
Follow
edited
us on-
pictures of Prince Albert with John's face on it.
No, shut up. No, don't do that. Don't. No. Now it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Email. So not only email in, but also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Hot Takes and Beer Breaks, and go watch us on YouTube at Hot Takes and Beer Breaks. That's about it. Justin, do you want to say anything?
No, I'm good. Well,
All right.
all
so,
you cool cats and kittens.
Shut up. I hate you. See you guys here next week. Let's end it here.
Bye.
Bye.